It's March, and there's already Pixel 4 leaks. This phone hasn't even been out for 5 months, and there's already Pixel 4 leaks. You gotta be kidding me. I guess Google is gonna get an earlier start than last year. Let's talk about the Google Pixel 4 leaks, what the Android Q beta and Google patents could tell us about the upcoming Pixel 4, what my thoughts and concerns are, and trying to get in touch with that Google engineer that worked on the Google Pixel 3 XL that I talked to last year. Pixel Watch 2019. Here we go, because this is Tech Today. Hey friend, this is M. Brandon Lee from This Is Tech Today, and you're watching a special Google Pixel version of This Is Tech This Week, a weekly show in addition to my other content where I go over tech news from this past week that personally interests me. If that's something you're interested in, make sure to share, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified of when I post a new video, or Google will make the notch deeper. Kinda like, you know, those hipster V-necks that we used to have back in the day. That reminds me, I had this one friend that I'd see often, and every time I'd see him, it's like his V-neck got lower and lower. It's like I could go up to him and just poke him right in the little belly button. Boop. Yeah, I don't want that. You don't want that. Google's gonna do that if you don't subscribe and hit that bell icon. What the heck did I just say? I'm gonna regret this. If you've been around a bit, you know that I covered the Pixel 3 and 3 XL leaks extensively last year, and there was a lot of them. For the Google Pixel 4, it looks like we're getting an early start on the leaks. And knowing how production cycles work, it's likely that final design candidates or options are being tested right now, which is how a leak like this may be possible and in turn may have some possible validity. This past week, SlashLeaks, which does often have accurate leaks and information, posted a drawing that supposedly shows the front and back of the Pixel 4 XL. After that, Ben Gaskin put out a render that he made, followed by the super talented phone designer who made another render based on the sketch and the information we have about the specs. So let's go over some of the rumors. For the screen, we have the Pixel 4 at a 5.8-inch screen, while the Pixel 4 XL will have a 6.5-inch screen. So compared to the Pixel 3 XL's 6.3-inch screen, this increase in size is likely the result of a decrease in the bottom bezel. Speaking of that bezel, we still have the front-facing stereo speakers, which is fantastic. Let's hope that they designed it in a way that allows the speakers to sound both full and clear. Oftentimes when a speaker is in a spot like that, so close to the edge, it can make it sound a bit boxy sounding or like it's in a cup, which is not good. And interestingly enough, there is a patent for this design that Google filed not too long ago. This is very interesting. What's odd though is how we're not seeing anything from their acquisition of a company called Redux. This is a company that they bought out that made speakers out of displays. Let me explain. Essentially, you wouldn't need to have speaker ports because the screen itself would be the speaker. The downside is I have no idea how they would create a stereo speaker sound because the screen is just one speaker, so you have mono. And then obviously the sound can sometimes suffer from this, and I would logically think touching the screen itself would change the quality of the sound. So maybe this technology is a much better fit for something like the Google Home Hub rather than a phone. Whether the Pixel 4 has speakers on the edges or uses a screen as the speaker, let's hope that the bezel is symmetrical and thin all the way around. As for the processor, it's the obvious 8-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 processor, which is the same exact one that would be in the Galaxy S10 Plus. For the memory, there's conflicting information stating that it will have 6 GB of RAM, while others are saying 8 GB of RAM. Now, I'm more inclined to think it'll have 6 GB of RAM since Google tends to be a bit more conservative and doesn't focus super hard on spec numbers. Realistically, 6 GB of RAM should be enough, but Google has some serious issues with their software optimization, and that results in lag for a lot of people, including myself. I haven't had a chance to see if it affects the Google Pixel 3 XL more than the 3 itself, but some comments in my last video about why I ditched the Google Pixel 3 XL seem to indicate that it may be something to think about. In comparison, something like the OnePlus 6T has 6 GB of RAM and it runs super fast, so Google needs to optimize their software better with their own hardware. It's kind of nuts that a third-party company is able to optimize better than Google. So Google, get it together. As for the battery, the 4 XL is rumored to have a 4,030 mAh battery compared to the 3 XL's 3,430 mAh battery. This is a huge bump in capacity. The Pixel 3 XL I have now has a hard time lasting through the day and oftentimes dying a little after lunchtime if I don't charge it at all. The Galaxy S10 Plus has a 4,100 mAh battery, so this is a huge increase for a Pixel phone. Now let's talk about the cameras and design. The first thing that we notice is that it has a hole punch design, which is similar to the Galaxy S10 Plus. And of course, it's a much better design than the notch on the Pixel 3 XL. In my opinion, it better hold space for the wide-angle selfie camera because that's so nice to have. And in the renders, I don't know if you noticed, the Pixel 4 only has one camera in there. And I'm not sure if they'd actually make the normal Pixel 4 a single camera on the front instead of having two cameras on the front. The Pixel 3 and 3 XL devices have the same features across each device. It's just a different size, battery capacity, screen, things like that. Essentially, the features and options between a normal device and an XL device is just about the same. On the back, a big change is the inclusion of a second camera. Google talked a lot about how they didn't need a second camera, and I get why they said that. Their camera software is next level and can do a lot with just one lens. The thing software alone cannot fix is the inclusion of a wide-angle lens to give you more creative opportunities. Having the ultra-wide camera lens on the Galaxy S10 Plus is really nice and is great if you're in a tight space and want to capture a lot more in your picture. And there may be some good news. Some websites are claiming that the second lens isn't ultra-wide, which I would be super happy with. The other possibility is that the second camera is intended for more augmented reality needs. Now, one big design omission is the lack of a rear fingerprint scanner, and it seems to be suggesting that the Pixel 4 and 4 XL will have an in-display fingerprint reader like the Galaxy S10. I actually do not want this because this technology is a bit of a step back. It doesn't work as well as a normal fingerprint reader, and it just feels natural to have it on the back of the device because you take it out of your pocket and your finger's already there. And you also lose the option to swipe down on the fingerprint scanner. I would much rather have an in-display fingerprint reader and a rear fingerprint reader. Now, as for prices and models, the prices are rumored to come in at around $799 and $899 for the normal 4 and 4 XL respectively, and it is rumored that Google will have an additional model to match what Apple is doing with the XR and Samsung with the S10e. Hopefully their value proposition is really good like the S10e. That phone is great. Of course, we'll probably see it again at the end of October like we have for the past few years. And before we talk about what Android Q may tell us about the Pixel 4, because we know the Pixel phones will come with Android Q, I'd love to know what you think about the current leaks, the renders, the specs, and what you hope to see in the Pixel 4. Let me know by leaving a comment below and joining us in the This Is Tech Today community Discord chat. I have some thoughts and concerns, which I'll get to in a moment. Now, if you didn't know, Android just released their beta version of their upcoming Android operating system version, which is called Android Q or Android 10 for now. Within it are a ton of new things, but there are just a few things in there that I can potentially see giving us clues at what else we may see in the upcoming Pixel 4. First, there's a screen recorder option like what we've seen on the iPhone and Samsung Galaxy devices. This could be interesting in light of what Google has planned for upcoming gaming system. Could Google expand their ecosystem and give added benefits to Pixel devices as it pertains to gaming? Maybe there'll be a more intentional and increased focus on graphics power on Pixel devices like the upcoming Pixel 4. We'll have to find out more about what Google has planned for gaming on March 19th when they have their announcement of what could be a gaming console. There's also this media output switcher. While this is something that has been on Samsung phones for a while, it lets you choose where your audio is going, like a Bluetooth device, your phone, or somewhere else. It does make me wonder, could this mean that there's an updated Pixel Buds? I posted a review of that a long time ago, and you can check it out up here, but the gist of that is that they're not great and need an update. There's also dark mode and the addition of battery time left in the drop-down menu, along with the increase of battery life. All of that combined may indicate that Google has an increased focus on optimizing their software for battery life. And then there's this haptic feedback that was added to Android Q where it just taps for just about everything. You can move around the text and just clicks everywhere. It's really satisfying and great if you're a fidgeter, and it just works in a bunch of other areas. The Pixel 3 and 3 XL had a huge improvement in haptic quality from the Pixel 2 XL and even other phones, including still the Galaxy S10 Plus. So far, the best haptic engines are found in iPhones, and the Pixel 3 XL is the best option on the Android side. This could potentially indicate a bigger focus on improved haptics, which I think is a big deal because it can add an even more premium feel if they're really good. The thing that I'm most excited about, and the biggest thing that I think we found in Android Q beta, is the support for a more robust facial recognition like Apple's Face ID. This is something that I've wanted big time because those who have actually used Face ID, like a lot, and they know this, it provides a bit of a seamless experience in convenient situations. Say you just open a banking app and you're already looking at the screen. It scans your face as it opens, authenticates, and you're in. It's as if you never had a password set up. It's fantastic. Of course, as you would make purchases and whatnot, you still have to give a bit of extra feedback. There's that double click on the power button to verify. So it's actually really good and intuitive, as long as you're not laying down or have the phone on the table. Pick up a phone. Like, why would you leave the phone on the desk and just look over? Anyways, why do we do that? Don't you just pick up the phone and Veneer's already there. Natural. So will the Pixel 4 have a Face ID type unlock? Let's hope so. But these renders don't seem to have much room for a time of flight sensor, which is one way to achieve this feature. So I'm not certain if this will actually happen, at least if these renders are true. If it does come, I do hope that we still have a fingerprint unlock that is on the back, or we can not only have both, like in display fingerprint reader, but all three. Unlock all the things. I swear, my Discord's gonna make this into a GIF. Now, before I talk about some of my concerns about these leaks and about trying to contact the Google engineer, I want to know, what do you think about the things found in Android Q? Do you think Q will inform what we'll see in the Pixel 4? Are there any other things that you saw in Android Q that may or may not give us clues? Let me know in the comments. So do I think that these leaks are valid? What are my concerns? And have I contacted that Google engineer? For me, I'm not certain about the validity of these leaks, specifically with the design. The big issue is the placement of the cameras. Having the camera modules within the same corner is simply not possible. You see, the front-facing cameras and the rear-facing cameras are in that same corner, but there isn't enough physical space for all of them. They have to alternate or be shifted. That's why you see cameras off to the side on iPhones now, or the Galaxy S10 has the cameras in the center and down, see? And the Pixel 3 has cameras off-center to allow room for the notch. This adds some serious doubt to the validity of the renders and drawings. My theory is that they saw that pattern with the speakers and everything, and they based everything off of that. And that seems pretty easy to fake, right? If I were to give this a confidence score, maybe a 3, maybe a 4. If you've been around for a while, you know that I've covered a lot of the drama with the Pixel 3 XL, including talking to a Google engineer who worked on the Pixel 3 XL before the launch of the device, and I uncovered a lot of drama that they're experiencing over there at Google with a new team that was coming in to handle the design and work for the Pixel 4, with the old team leaving after the Pixel 3. A lot of what I covered in one video in particular did indeed come true, and is happening soon. You should check it out after this video by clicking the link in the description or the card up here. So the question is, have I contacted the Google engineer? Well, it requires us to talk to each other over a secure connection, which reminds me of this video's sponsor NordVPN and their virtual private network that helps you have a secure connection over the internet. NordVPN helps you create a virtual private network, which is a thing that adds security and privacy to your internet connection to prevent hackers and other people from surveilling your internet usage. This is super helpful if you're on a public or open Wi-Fi network and you check your banking information or buy something online, because it creates an encrypted tunnel for your internet connection. On top of that, if you're traveling and you're unable to access region block content, you can simply change your location to look like it's somewhere else, simply by connecting to one of the 5,400 plus NordVPN servers in 61 different countries. That means that your internet speed is still nice and fast, whether you're on a Windows, Mac, Android, iOS, and Linux. In our day and age, you absolutely need a VPN. I use NordVPN all the time, and it is the easiest VPN I've used. It's just one click to connect. You can start using it today for as little as $2.99 a month by clicking the link in the description or going to nordvpn.com/techtoday. Thank you so much, NordVPN, for supporting this community, and thank all of you who help support me by supporting our sponsors. It honestly helps me make these videos for you. Thank you. So I reached out to the Google engineer over our secure connection, and believe it or not, I actually haven't kept in touch for a few months, but I'm working really hard to get in touch with them so we can see how much of the leaks can be verified, and if I can get any other sorts of hints from them. Of course, we have to remain skeptical and objective because it's always possible for them to mess with me, but what I was told last time did indeed prove to be true. So with that said, we'll see if I hear back and if the line we established is still active. I'll get back to you on that, but I want to know what things you want me to ask the engineers. Go ahead and leave me some comments below, but even better, join us in the This Is Tech Today community Discord server and leave your questions there. It's so much easier for me to keep track of, and we all have a great time over there. That's it. Make sure to check out my last video where I talked about how I'm ditching the Google Pixel 3 XL that Google sent me for free, which was really cool because it was the first phone I ever received for free, but I did switch over to the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus that I just bought, and I explain why. Make sure you share, subscribe, hit that bell icon if you haven't already. Thank you for watching This Is Tech Today. You just watched This Is Tech This Week. Until next time. Oh, and hey, have a great day.